Welcome to the Great Garden Channel. Dear friends, when an orchid has faded, do not rush to cut off the flower stem. Today I will share with you another method of propagating orchids from flower stems to create many healthy seedlings right at home. This method is very simple and easy if you watch my video tutorial carefully. Besides American English, I have also added subtitles in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, and Korean to help you better understand the video in your desired language. Click on the gear icon in the upper right corner of the screen and select your language. Don't hesitate to ask questions below the video. If you have any questions, and let me know which country you are watching from. It's great that we can connect from all over the world. Now let's get started. This orchid has just finished blooming. The advice is that we should cut these wilted flower branches as soon as possible. The nutrition will return to focus on nurturing the plant. Avoid exhausting the orchid by nurturing flowers for a long time. The best time to propagate orchids is when the petals start to fade. At the locations of these nodes, the seedlings will be caked or flower buds will develop. Depending on how you care for them, the flowered nodes cannot be used for propagation. So I will cut this part off. I will cut the flower stem at this location to start the propagation process. If we keep the flower stem, the leaves will turn yellow and wrinkled, then wither and die. Each flower stem will have 2 to 3 dormant eye positions like this that can create plantlets, kiki. Next, I use a razor blade to cut the base of the flower stem diagonally so that the orchid stem is not crushed. This diagonal cut increases the surface area, allowing it to absorb water better when propagating by cuttings. Next, I use a razor blade to cut the base of the flower stem diagonally so that the orchid stem is not crushed. This diagonal cut increases the surface area, allowing it to absorb water better when propagating by cuttings. If we keep the flower stem, the leaves will turn yellow and wrinkled, then wither and die. Each flower stem will have 2 to 3 dormant eye positions like this that can create plantlets, kiki. Use tree pruning sealer to help the cut heal quickly and avoid rotting. You can buy at your local garden store or buy online at the link below. A lot of people ask me how to get a dead flower to bloom again. I will tell you that you need to repot it. If you keep this moss-growing medium, the orchid is very difficult to care for. Remove all this moss because it accumulates a lot of water and excess fertilizer, causes the roots to rot. Cut off all the damaged roots. Don't throw away this moss, it's still good. We will clean it and reuse it later. Each dormant bud is a potential bud. Use a very sharp knife to cut each dormant bud separately and gently peel off the thin outer layer to wake up the bud to germinate faster. Be careful not to damage the bud. If you haven't subscribed yet, Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any orchid care tips that I share. Let me know in the comments where you are watching this video. It's great that we can connect from all over the world. Next, use garlic to stimulate budding. Cut a fresh garlic clove in half. Rub it gently on the dormant bud. Garlic contains allicin, a very strong antibacterial and growth stimulant, helping the dormant bud to sprout early. Then, chop the remaining garlic and mix with 1 liter of warm water. I use more rice. Add 3 tablespoons of rice to 1 liter of warm water. Wait about 15 to 20 minutes for the nutrients from the rice and garlic to dissolve into the water. Strain out the residue. Mix the remaining garlic water with the rice water to create a natural fertilizer, helping orchids grow healthy and quickly grow new roots. You will be surprised to know that with just two familiar ingredients in the kitchen, garlic and rice, you can create a magic water that helps orchids resist bacteria and fungi. Use garlic water to soak the dormant bud for about 15 minutes. Helps kill bacteria, nourish the buds before placing them in the nursery. Apply a thin layer of tree pruning sealer to the cut to help the cut heal quickly, prevent water absorption, and this flower branch will not dry out. Helps leaves stay green, shiny, and increase resistance. When used to wipe leaves or spray mist, the garlic rice solution will help clean the leaf surface, increase photosynthesis, and retain natural moisture. The leaves become shiny, healthy, less susceptible to pests, and ready to bloom. Effectively, garlic water contains allicin, a very strong natural antibiotic, combined with lightly fermented rice water that can inhibit bacteria and fungi that are harmful to roots and leaves. This is the first shield to help plants fight root rot, leaf spots, or diseases caused by moisture. Garlic awakens sleeping eyes and stimulates root regeneration, while rice water provides B vitamins, potassium, and phosphorus, essential nutrients for healthy root growth and rapid recovery after pruning or repotting. Watering the roots helps plants absorb nutrients comprehensively. Using it periodically will help plants absorb enough nutrients from roots to leaves, grow stronger, and bloom more regularly. Especially useful when the plant is weak after repotting or changing seasons. Spraying rice water and garlic. natural armor for orchid leaves. Did you know? Just spray mist with a mixture of rice water and garlic regularly every week. Your orchid will be equipped with a natural protective layer to help the leaves stay green, disease-free, shiny, and full of vitality. The solution helps remove dirt and mold on the leaves, which reduces the ability to absorb light. Thanks to that, the photosynthesis process takes place strongly. The plant grows much better. Next, I will guide you how to replant orchids after soaking in garlic water, ensuring that the orchid recovers quickly and roots profusely. Don't leave the screen. For the roots to grow strongly, we need a really clean and airy environment. Place a layer of foam at the bottom of the pot for good drainage. The pine bark needs to be soaked in hot water and washed beforehand to remove dirt, bacteria, toxic tree resin, and help the bark retain moisture better. Fix the plant with a tie or iron rod so that the roots do not shift. Then, insert the pine bark around the base of the orchid. Note that the roots are slightly higher than the surface of the substrate to avoid stagnant water causing root rot. Helping the plant quickly grow roots firmly attached to the substrate. After planting, you should not water immediately. Leave the plant in a cool, light place. Rest for 2 to 3 days so that the wound heals completely. The roots begin to adapt. The replanting process is over. Now, just wait for the plant to recover and prepare to welcome new roots growing. Use Floral Foam Green. A type of substrate that absorbs water well and retains moisture for a long time. Place in a transparent plastic box. Pour in cooled boiled water until the foam absorbs enough water, then pour out the excess water. Then sterilize the foam with medical alcohol. The foam will provide continuous moisture to help the buds grow without being waterlogged. Gently insert the flower stem into the foam. Make sure the flower stem is in gentle contact with the substrate. Do not press too deep. Cover the box with a clear plastic lid with ventilation holes. Place in a cool place with gentle light. The ideal temperature is 23 to 28 degrees Celsius. Stable humidity will help the dormant buds germinate quickly. Then wait and watch. After 3 days, spray mist on the plant and flower branches, helping to maintain humidity. After 7 days, you will see new leaves have grown small. Continue to spray mist to keep moist if the substrate is dry. Kikis begin to appear. "45 days later, the new leaves have grown much more. Roots have also grown in the pot. The seedlings have grown very well on the flower branches and grown many new roots. Continue to care for them. Spray water to keep moist once a week until the keiki has firmly rooted. "90 days later, the replanted orchid has grown strongly. The flowers have also bloomed again. That is the result of patience." Revealing a secret to you. Growing orchids in transparent plastic pots is an extremely smart choice for professional orchid growers. When growing in transparent plastic pots, you can directly observe the color, humidity, and speed of new root growth, without having to remove the plant from the pot. Healthy roots, silvery white, green root tips, rotten roots, turning brown-black, soft and mushy, need to be treated early. Orchids are moisture-loving plants but are prone to root rot if waterlogged. With clear pots, you will know when to water and when to let them dry, avoiding the situation of excess water harming the plant. Did you know? Orchid roots also photosynthesize. Clear pots allow light to penetrate, stimulating strong root growth, helping the plant absorb energy more effectively. The keiki has 2 to 3 strong roots and is about 3 to 5 centimeters long. We can separate them and plant them in separate pots. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any orchid care tips. Let me know in the comments where you're watching this video from. It's great that we can connect from all over the world. Use clean pine bark and moss spray water to keep the moss moist. After planting, we put the tree in a cool place and take care of it as usual. And so, you have completed the orchid propagation from flower branches. Although the method is time-consuming, it is extremely interesting and economical, turning each seemingly discarded flower branch into a new, vibrant orchid plant. If you find the video useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Great Garden channel so you don't miss out on the next great tips.